Hello, I want to talk about this book. I got it earlier this month in Paris, and look, it has a really cool stamp in it from the Shakespeare Company. And I have to say, I really liked this book. I got it because it seemed like the kind of book that I would have had to have read by now or something, because it's really famous. For those of you who have not read it by any chance, it's set in a really small town in southern United States, and it's told from the perspective of a little girl, and basically it's about her father, who's a lawyer who has to defend a black man who has been accused of raping a white woman. So it's about racial segregation, which is quite a serious topic, but I think the perspective that Harper chose was the excellent choice, because a child can be brutally honest about the world. Atticus is probably one of the most amazing persons ever. He's very intelligent, he's very calm, and he's just very fair in all the judgment that he's making, and he's constantly just trying to get rid of prejudices and just look at what happened and treat everybody very fair and honestly. This is also sort of the way that he raises their children, and it really sort of makes him the hero of the story, even though he doesn't really develop throughout the book, and he doesn't do anything very exciting. He's just sort of like a moral guideline. I thought that was really interesting, because usually the hero in a book develops a lot, and in this case both Scout and Jem go through enormous development, but Atticus really doesn't, and he's still sort of seen as the best character, I think. I also really like Scout, the little girl. She is a little girl, but she really likes to get into fights, and she feels like being called a girl is an insult, and she really just want to be treated like boys at her age, and I think that's really cool, because she sort of tries to break free from this very tight idea of what being a girl should be. Harper Lee, she's really mocking everything in this society. She's mocking sort of the school system, she's mocking gender roles, she's mocking the judicial system, and just everything in that society basically. And she can get away with it because she tells it from the perspective of a girl. So one of the main messages that I really like from this book is that people are neither good or evil, they're always being a mixture of both. And often when you sort of try to think like them, you can really understand why they did what they did, and why things you would consider evil would be good to them and the other way around. There is a quote. This is actually something that Atticus says to Scout and Jem, and it's sort of exemplary of how he raises his children as well, and I think, you know, just how awesome he is. You can never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb into his skin and walk around in it. I also really like the narrative style of the book. I think the writer she's really good at just painting scenes and dialogues and just like telling a story. It's really good to read. It makes it a pretty easy read, even though it's such heavy things going on. It's easy to understand, and I think that's what I really enjoyed. One point of criticism that I would have though is that even though this is a book about tolerance and against racial injustice, the black characters in this book are really underdeveloped. She did that to sort of show how separated it was still, and how little understanding there was between these two groups. But I don't know, it seems a bit strange to me. So yes, conclusion. If, you know, like me, you've never gotten around to read it, do it, because it's pretty freaking awesome, and it's not that big, it's easy to understand, and it's really beautiful told story, and it has some really great messages and great characters, and it's really enjoyable. Bye!